You've probably noticed how Micah Parsons has been one of the most exciting players on the Cowboys defense ever since he stepped on the field. Last season, we saw him everywhere, lining up as a linebacker, dropping back like a safety, and rushing the quarterback from all kinds of angles. That hybrid role made him a nightmare for offenses, constantly keeping them guessing. But now, there's a shift happening with how Matt Eberflus, the Cowboys' defensive coordinator, is using Parsons this year. When Parsons first came into the league, the plan was to use him in a variety of roles because of his unique skill set. His speed and versatility allowed him to be effective in coverage, tackling, and pass rushing, all at a high level. That made him a kind of Swiss Army knife for the defense. And honestly, that made watching him play so much fun. But the flip side is that playing so many roles can sometimes stretch a player thin and create some confusion within the defense. Now, Eberflus is dialing back Parsons' hybrid role a bit. Instead of moving him all over the field, the focus is on giving him a clearer, more defined role, mainly as a linebacker, with specific opportunities to rush the passer. This change is about maximizing what Parsons does best while keeping the defense more consistent overall. It's like focusing his energy so he can be even more dominant in those key moments. I want to know, what did you prefer seeing from Parsons last season? Did you love his hybrid, all-over-the-field style, or do you think this new, more focused role will suit him better? Drop your thoughts in the comments because I'm curious how the fan base feels about this shift. And hey, if you're into deep dives like this breaking down the Cowboys defense and what it means for the season, don't forget to subscribe to Cowboys News TV and hit that bell so you don't miss any updates. We're building a community of true fans and I'd love for you to be part of it. All right, now that you get the picture about Parsons' role change, stick around because next we're going to dive into why Eberflus is making this move and what it means for the whole defense. So now that you know Parsons is shifting into a more focused linebacker role, let's talk about why Matt Eberflus is making this move. It's not just about limiting Parsons. It's a strategic decision to get the most out of him and the whole defense. Eberflus is a coach who values consistency and clarity in his scheme. When every player knows exactly where they need to be and what their job is, the defense runs smoother and mistakes go down. Parsons is incredibly talented, no doubt, but even the best players can benefit from a bit more structure. By giving him a defined role, Eberflus can maximize Parsons' impact on defense. Instead of spreading him thin across multiple responsibilities, Parsons can focus on what he excels at, being a dominant linebacker who can also get after the quarterback when called upon. This focus helps reduce the chance of injury, too, since Parsons isn't constantly switching roles and making different types of plays that could wear him down. Another part of the plan is that Parsons isn't the only one who can handle hybrid roles. Eberflus has other players who can fill in those spots, so the defense doesn't lose versatility. This way, the Cowboys can keep that element of unpredictability without overloading Parsons. It's a smart way to balance Parsons' strengths with the team's needs. I want to ask you, do you think Parsons should stick to being a full-time linebacker, or should he keep some of that hybrid flexibility? Hit yes or no in the comments or vote if we had a poll here. Your take really matters because this change could shape how the Cowboys' defense looks all season long. And if you're finding this breakdown useful, don't forget to like the video. Every thumbs up helps the channel grow, so we can keep bringing you more Cowboys insights. Plus, subscribing and ringing. That bell will make sure you get all the latest news and analysis right when it drops. Next up, we'll look at what this new Parsons role means for the defense overall, how it might improve things or bring new challenges. Stick with me, and let's keep breaking this down. Now, let's get into what this role change means for the Cowboys' defense and for Micah Parsons' performance on the field. When Parsons was playing that hybrid role last season, he was all over the place, sometimes making big plays. In coverage, sometimes wreaking havoc on the pass rush. It was exciting, but also a bit unpredictable. By giving him a clearer linebacker role, Eberflus is aiming to create more stability for the entire defense. A more defined role means Parsons can focus his energy on dominating a specific area of the game. That could lead to better stats in tackles and sacks because he's not having to constantly switch gears. Plus, it helps the defense as a whole because players around him know exactly what to expect. Communication gets easier, assignments get cleaner, and the defense can execute more efficiently. On the flip side, some might worry that limiting Parsons' versatility could take away some of that dynamic edge he brings. But the hope here is that by focusing, Parsons will actually become even more effective and dangerous, especially when he does blitz or drop into coverage. It's about quality over quantity in his snaps, which could mean better overall production. This shift might also open up new ways for the defense to scheme. With Parsons more focused, Eberflus can rotate other players into those hybrid roles Parsons used to fill, keeping the offense guessing without relying solely on Parsons to do everything. It's a way to build a more balanced and adaptable defense. So what do you think? Do you believe this clearer role will boost Parsons' impact, or do you miss seeing him all over the field? Drop your thoughts in the comments because your opinion really adds to the conversation. And before we move on, if you're enjoying this deep dive into the Cowboys defense, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell. We're aiming to grow the channel to 14,000 subscribers, and your support by liking and subscribing really helps us get there. Coming up next, we'll talk about how Parsons' role change affects other players on the defense and what it means for the depth chart. Stay tuned. Now that Parsons is taking on a more focused linebacker role, it's natural to wonder how that affects the rest of the Cowboys' defense. When Parsons was running all over the field in that hybrid role, he was covering a lot of ground and a lot of different responsibilities. With him dialing that back, other players are going to have to step up and fill those spots. That means rookies and veterans who might not have had as much playing time before are getting opportunities to show what they can do. Matt Eberflus will be relying on those guys to bring versatility to the defense, covering the tight ends, dropping into zone coverage, or rushing the passer in Parsons' stead. This could shake up the depth chart a bit and create more competition for snaps, which is always a good thing for the team. It also signals that Eberflus trusts the depth on this defense. Instead of putting all the pressure on Parsons to be everywhere at once, the defensive coordinator is spreading the workload around. That should help keep the defense fresh and make it harder for offenses to predict what's coming. For you, the fan, this might be a chance to keep an eye on some emerging players who could become key contributors this season. It's exciting to watch the defense evolve and see who takes advantage of these new roles. I want to hear from you. Who are you most excited to see step up now that Parsons is a bit more focused? Drop those names in the comments. Let's get a conversation going about the future of the Cowboys defense. And don't forget, if you want to stay updated on all the roster moves and defensive news, subscribe to Cowboys News TV and ring that bell. Your support helps us grow and bring you the latest info as soon as it happens. Next, we'll wrap up by looking ahead, what this means for Parsons' future, and how the Cowboys' defense might evolve moving forward. Stick with me. Looking ahead, Micah Parsons' more focused role isn't just a tweak for this season. It could be a sign of how the Cowboys want to build their defense moving forward. Parsons is still young, and managing his workload while maximizing his impact is key to keeping him healthy and dominant for years to come. This adjustment by Matt Eberflus shows a smart, long-term plan. By letting Parsons specialize more as a linebacker who can rush the passer when needed, the Cowboys are preserving his unique talents without burning him out. It's about playing to his strengths and allowing other players to develop around him, building a deeper, more versatile defense. That's exactly what you want from a team aiming to compete at the highest level. And if Parsons stays healthy and effective, the Cowboys' defense could become one of the toughest units in the league. His presence on the field creates pressure that changes games, and this new role could help him be even more consistent at doing that. It's exciting to think about what he can do with a little more focus and a strong supporting cast. Now, what about you? How do you see Parsons fitting into the Cowboys' defense long term? Do you think this is the right path, or would you rather see him keep playing that hybrid role full time? Share your thoughts below because your opinion is what makes this community great. Also, if you enjoyed this breakdown and want to keep up with all things Cowboys, make sure to subscribe and hit that bell icon. We're pushing to hit 14,000 subscribers, and your support really helps us grow. Don't forget to like the video too. Every bit helps. Thanks for sticking with me through this deep dive into Micah Parsons and the Cowboys defense. There's plenty more to come, so stay tuned for all the latest news and analysis right here on Cowboys News TV. Talk to you soon.